That's why Christians and Muslims could not exist. What about Turkey? You have traditional watch powers in Turkey. The Turkish are the Kurdish, and they were Christian mostly. Systematically, these Arab Muslims attacked Turkey, brought down and defeated the Christians and traditional watch powers in that country, and today they prevailed on Turkey. Turkey is an Islamic state. The same thing is going on systematically in Nigeria. Yoruba man turned his back on that. Yorubas are Muslim, half. Yorubas are Christians, half. Food, Erongbe, Aromalu, made them forget that systematically one day the entire Southwest will be converted to Muslim. A religion that is so strange to Oyedepo. A religion that is so strange to Baba Adeboye. A religion that almost Yoruba Christian could not tell much about. Why are they feeling reluctant? It was only the Igbo man that is fighting tooth and nail. We are red in the southeast. The bandit could not come there and mess Igbo man. Because our religion is Abrahamic religion. That is Judaism that gave birth to Christianity.
Listen go fighting.
Yes.
Because they said it's dominated by the Christian, but they find the Muslims there.
No Christian in Igbo land can lay his hands on Muslims. They come to us, they work with us, we coexisted with them for over 56 years now. We don't buy people. Christians don't buy people. Muslims have actually employed themselves in Nigeria to be buying Christians. After buying Christians, God, not my God, Allah, we give them 72 virgins in their heaven, not in the general heaven where Abraham lives. So these are Islamic teachings and doctrines. Very far away from Christians. Don't mind Asari Mojid. Alhaji Asari Mojid Dokubo is a child that has always eaten too much. His stomach is bloated as a result of too much food, and he doesn't reason well again. Asari Dokubo is a spoiled child. Don't listen to him. So when you talk about United Nations organization recognizing what United States is doing, I'm telling you that simple. America is doing what they're doing to promote Biafra, to make sure that Christian genocide is not on course anymore. Why? Because Aisha Mohammed, the permanent secretary to Antonio Guterres, the former Portuguese prime minister turned United Nations Secretary General, is no longer at work. That old woman is the person that has been stopping United Nations from playing the role they are playing right now, which is too late. Christians died in their large number. It is too late. Much blood of Christians have been wasted in the north, northwest, and northeast. Now, Aisha Mohammed is soft peddling. And Antonio Guterres, who I always describe, defined as a luku, he has now stepped into action. Why? Because Donald Trump, Mr. Truth, that doesn't take nonsense, has come. He's doing the work of United Nations. United Nations in conjunction with Hamas and Hezbollah, we are busy attacking Israel. Right from 7th October 2023 until Israel actually came out as lion of the tribe of Judah they are. Now they started condemning Israel, that Israel is committing genocide. What about what Hamas committed in various provinces, communities in Israel? Killing little children, frying them on the frying pan. Killing mama, killing papa. Cutting ladies' breast, playing football with a lady's breast. That girl, that lady was given birth to by parents. Hamas, Hezbollah, they actually received what they could never believe in their life. Because Israel rushed them, fighting Syria, fighting Yemen, fighting Lebanon, fighting Iran, fighting over 7 Islamic countries in a row from 2023 till date. And they absolutely defeated all of them. Is that not what applauding? See, let me tell you. Time has come. United Nations is going to do more than what USA is doing under Donald Trump. Because this world is supposed to be a better place for everybody. It is never a better place for radical Islamists who are seeing their Allah as the only Allah in the universe. If Allah is their God, that is for them. God of Israel is my God. And the God of all Christians. We can never sit back here and watch radical Islamists like Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, ISWAP, Fulani headers, and the Boko Haram, overrun entire Christian communities in Nigeria. we should stand up. Igbo emancipation, Biafra emancipation, protection for all the Christians in Nigeria is the utmost objectives of United States of America, and they are doing well.
Okay, but what's the take as regards the Sultan and the Northern elders saying that what now Trump to not intercede or interfere on the affairs of Nigerian nation, that we can get united again, and Nigeria can remain one, so that we can live in. Do you agree with him?
Bribe could not even stop Trump. Trump was given $9 million by this administration that is bent on annihilating Nigerians. The bribe could not go. $9 million could not convince Donald Trump to back down on war against insurgency in Nigeria, let alone those dirty Muslim elders in the north who are coming out with all this kind of, let me say, dangerous ideology of unity and the integration. Who is united in Nigeria? It is a very dangerous unity. Some unity is for peace. Some unities are for peace. Some unities are dangerous. The kind of unity we are enduring in Nigeria is a dangerous, risky, and jeopardized unity. A unity whereby you find yourself, yet if you sleep, you cannot close your two eyes. A unity that has finished Christians in the mid-Beltan states of Benue and the Plateau. Even Niger State is not left out. So that kind of unity, they are suggesting, telling Donald Trump to leave Nigeria, that if we are living in unity, Muslims are killing Christians. They are Islamizing the whole communities. Christian communities in the southeast state of Ebonyi, Christian communities in Oyo State and Ochon State, Christian communities in the northeast, Southern Kaduna, Zamfara, and so on and so forth. Don't you know that Sokoto Caliphate is the headquarters of Islam in Nigeria? Yet, all the Sokoto indigents were Christians. 3 centuries ago, they were invaded by Sheikh Othman Dan Fodio, the first jihadists in West Africa, that actually mounted on the Sarikis, the king of the Hausas, subjugated them to all manners of treatment, evil treatment, using his daughter, Nana entered Hausa women and changed their perceptives, and the way he thinks and reasons. And today, the whole Hausa women are like Fulani women. Fulani has infiltrated the Hausas to the level that Fulani is not going to leave the north anymore. They are going nowhere. I'm telling you, they have come to stay. So before you could actually sanitize north to separate the Hausas and the Fulani to stay on their own individually, Oga, is going to take time. What happened there is over 300 years now. They intermarried together, they reason together religiously. So how are we going to do it? I don't know whether you've seen how far things have deteriorated in the north. Fulani Janjaweeds are supposed to be giving chase, hot chase. They should run away from Nigerian contraption. But you know why? Over 300 years ago, the damages have been done. It is too late.
It is too late.
Yeah.
But finally, if Trump finally, from what we know that Railway will be meeting Trump before the end of this month. How do you see? Like a lot of people are saying, I wish they can wake up in one morning and see that Nigeria is divided. Do you think that this is possible?
Division is possible. Why? Yoruba nation is southwest and their name is Oduduwa. The Hausa Janjaweeds with Fulani, their state is United States of Hausas. And let me tell you how it's going to be done correctly. The Mid-Beltans, United States of Mid-Belt or whatever they call themselves, are Christians, Timely. So what will happen is that United States is going to divide Nigeria into two. From the axis of Taraba, Niger, Plateau State, come back to Kogi, Benue, from Kwara down to our dear river state, that's the Atlantic Ocean is there, where you have the coastal states of Biafra. Now, we discuss how we are going to do it. If Yoruba man has decided to stay on his own as Oduduwa, it should be that he should do that. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm an Igbo man. I need Biafra. I need Biafra. If Yoruba man decides to stay with Hausa Fulani, they should go. But all I know is that you see Benue State, you see Kogi State. Kogi State is largely a gala. Yoruba land is Yoruba people with Egun. Bini man, Delta man, Ikwere man, River State, they are the same people. They are going with Bayelsa. Okay, this is how this should be done. Yoruba is very, very ripe enough to go. Yoruba has gotten anything they needed. Yoruba has international water here. Tinkan Island is there, generating money on daily basis for them. They have mineral resources already. Or meaning ore, meaning there's oil there. There is oil in Ondo State. There is oil off the coast of Lagos here. On this ocean floor, they discovered barrels, millions of crude oil. Yoruba is done. Biafra, I'm an Igbo man. I have enough to stand as a nation state. Division is imminent.
Like we would with any other bully, standing together with our European allies to make him back down. That's the choice. Which one, Foreign Secretary?
You cannot ignore the fact that there is Nigerian government complicity with these attacks. You saw some of our journalists in the documentary. We wanted to be an organization that tells the truth about what's happening in Nigeria, hence truthnigeria.com. I want to just kind of let everybody know and help you understand how Nigerian news works. If a Nigerian government official does not call for a news conference, the event did not exist. So in order for the narrative to get to the mainstream media, get picked up by Al Jazeera, get picked up by CNN, everything else, it comes from a Nigerian government source. From the very beginning, they determine the narrative. The reporters regurgitate the government narrative. We decided to be a voice and try to help change that paradigm and created Truth Nigeria to document what is actually happening. How many of you guys know that there were 10 Christians killed in Kaduna just the other day? How many of you know that there were 30 Christians killed in Plateau just a week ago? How many of you know that besides the 280 Christians that were killed in Yellowwater on June 13th, we are now about over 500 Christians that have been killed total since Yellowwater? No one knows. The media is not reporting it. Well, that's why we formed Truth Nigeria, to talk about what is going on. But also, what we pointed out in the documentary that I'd like everybody to realize is that Truth Nigeria had information that the attack on Yellowwater was going to occur 3 weeks before the attack happened. Now, when we get a terror alert and we find information, we know attacks are going to occur, our method is we issue a terror alert on our website, truthnigeria.com, but we also immediately call the local authorities. We notify the Nigerian military, the DSS, the Nigerian government, to let them know this is what we found out, this is our intelligence. Now, a day before the attack, we got word that there's movement happening. They are mobilizing, and they are coming for Yellowwater. So the day before, our team notified the government, the local authorities, the army, the police, and said, hey, there's movement, they're coming, watch out. What happened? Absolutely nothing. The government stood by and did nothing with advance warning multiple times. In fact, there's a military fob with soldiers that was less than a kilometer away while the attacks were going on, shooting warning shots in the air.
France break out of Nigeria, the British have lost a lot of emperors and empires of oil, which they are using to sustain the economy of the Britain as a nation. Don't you know that we are the one feeding Britain? Yes, we are the one feeding them. Do you know that they are sucking 84 to 86% of our oil freely without paying down? You don't know. And this oil that they are sucking, where is it located? Where does it come from? It belongs to Biafrans. It is our oil, and it comes from our land. So anything that leads to breaking out, definitely we are breaking out of, cutting them off from the oil which they are enjoying. Imagine when somebody have the resources, 100%, you are enjoying 86%. how many? Like 14%
14%.
to the owner. Is that not greedy? Is that not evil in the highest order? Is that not wickedness? That is to tell you how wicked and how evil they are. Excuse me. In addition to this again, Nigeria has become a firm to the British. They are firm to the British. We have become one of their industry, which they are making their daily money. We are the source of their income. So the breaking out of the Biafrans will cause a serious harm in their economy. And that is why they don't want Biafra to go. And that is why they even prefer that all the Biafrans, the Igbo people, Igbo descendants, that all of them should be wiped out. Are you hearing me? Even as I speak to you, they are the ones sponsoring the terrorism. They are partaking to this Fulani killing in Nigeria. Go and check the people they are killing. Christians. Why are they killing Christians? Because the Christians in Nigeria have the same ideology with the Biafrans. And the only way for them to continue this is to wipe out the Christians in Nigeria, which the Biafrans constituted 89 to 88, 89, 88% of the Christians in Nigeria. So any tendency of wiping Christianity, you are equally wiping Biafrans, which majority are the Igbos and Christians. Do you understand me? You see why they allow, have you ever seen them, the British or King Charles, to condemn the killing in Nigeria that is going on daily basis, even as at this morning? Have you ever seen them condemn it? But why is it that they are not talking about it? And they are the one that colonized Nigeria. They are the one that give Nigeria independence. Why is it that this kind of thing is going on and they never said anything regard to that? Have you ever pondered on that? Have you ever asked that question? That is to tell you they are part and parcel of what is going on in Nigeria. Even the castration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, their hand is there. If it was possible for them, the major thing, that's why they are telling you that Omotosho tempered justice with mercy by not hanging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because the British saw it clearly. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remained the only black man ever that stood before the late Queen of England and poured out her sins before she died. You understand? The atrocities that the British carried out against the black nation like Nigeria. You see why Radio Biafra, where does it start? It started in Britain. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said a lot of things that exposes the British to the world. Are you hearing me? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu uses it to expose many things, which they themselves doesn't like, even before the death of the Queen. You see why they are fighting tooth and nail. Anybody that can come up, take a look at what happened in the Civil War. During the Civil War, that was where Arnold was coming out from. There is this man, somebody we see from the British. He worked in the Parliament of Labour during the Civil War. He was the one that supplied arms to Nigerian government and sponsor massively to other neighboring states like Egypt and other foreign countries, including them during the war. He was the one in charge of the arms, who supplied those arms, both artillery, both bomb that they use against the Biafrans, the Igbos, both all those armor tank and the armor, all those things. He's the one. He was the one. This thing I'm telling you is something you can do your findings. So these are the things. And when this man really more came up with all this, that the Christians killing, the suicide, also genocide in Nigeria, these are that. The same government of the British called Nigerian government. They coerced together to bribe Lirimo. Do you know, as I'm talking to you, half of Niger Delta oil is being, channeled to Lirimo. That's why allegedly. That is why Lirimo now decided, to change, to twist his tongue. He decided to twist his tongue. Because if you are following Lirimo before, you will agree with me that Lirimo have changed. What he was saying before was not what he's saying now. What concerns me with the Christians in the north? Are there not Christians that partner with Nigeria to kill the Biafrans during the war? They are there. Go on and go. Plateau. So how should their own now disturb my freedom? Are there Biafra? We are talking about Biafra. And the man, Lirimo, is telling Americans and telling Donald Trump about the Christians in the north. What thing concern me there? What is my own business? Let them stand up on their own, because they join forces together against me, the Biafra. So now I want to go. Why are you now trying to force me to say marriage now by force? I am telling you this because God will bless McArnold. Are you hearing me? For coming up to speak this truth and to speak all these things out.